Morning everybody and welcome to Sunday Q&A, Saturday Q&A, followed by Sunday Q&A, as usual recorded on a Saturday. Yes, it's confusing. As you can see, we're not in the shed this morning with Vince the Bear. We are at the mechanics because Jessica's due her 12,000 mile service. I think it's the mini service this time. I've got to do fuel filters, oil, and I've got a pads light up, so Mark's outside doing that. Right, firstly, I did a video with links to other people's channels. Thanks very much for the heads up to the people that told me how to do it. B. Carroll told me how to do it, you know, that kind of thing. As it was this week, YouTube changed everything. So I went to do links and went, oh, that's new. So hopefully, I mean, I've tried it myself and I think it's working, but like I say, ain't all about me. You've got a Big Beardy Driver, you've got Gold Member, you've got B. Carroll, you've got Steve Bradley Courier Vlog, and you've got someone else whose name escapes me right now. So, yeah, but anyway, go back, there's a video I did last week, links up to other channels. So if you're interested in joining that kind of thing, you want a different perspective, you want a day in the life, or, you know, like Big Beardy does also questions, check him out. Why not? It's not all about me. Right, the Jigsaw van. Yeah, now, Jason Burke says, oh, and thanks very much for your help with all the technical stuff, Jace. Like Trigger's broom. He said 4 new, 3 new heads and 2 new handles. Kind of, you know, I mean, I suppose they are. Basically, the way I explained it is because when I bought the van, actually, we'll come to that in a bit. I will address that on another question. Jason says he always buys a van from a trader because you get a warranty with it. In fairness, Jessica came from a trader. The one before came from a trader. They tend to come from traders anyway. The traders seem to know what they're talking about. Jessica come with the gold warranty of 3 months. We will replace anything that goes wrong, and that was absolutely brilliant. As it was, I drove off the forecourt, and before I drove off the forecourt, looked for another job, looked underneath, there was a big puddle of water. The water pump had gone the second I pulled out. That's the only thing went in 3 months. Other than that, that's Mark, he's a mechanic, he's looking after Jessica. Other than that, they can't see red, mate. If you want to come in, wave, please do. No, so that, I didn't need it. And I was pleased I didn't need it. I mean, in fairness, if you do get to replace something, you get another new part in with a deal, but you get the aggravation in with it. All you really want to do is get out there, get the box, deliver the box. So, Ian Merrick says he reckons he's got a Jigsaw van. He's got one of them little Renault Traffics. He says it'll fit in a full-size wardrobe, but it doesn't upset the neighbours. It's that kind of van. In fairness, we've got a mate of ours in the family. He's like a friend. A load of the skater park kids always turn up around the house, and he's training to be a fighter pilot, bless him, which means he can't fly at the moment. But he's just bought himself a van, and he's kitting it out because, like Ian says, these vans, they turn them into campers and stuff. They kit them all out with the wood and all that kind of stuff. Maybe turn it into a camper later, Ian. You never know, mate, do you? But I might do a little video on that, vans that don't annoy the neighbours. Because sometimes, you know, you get a van to run on the exchange, but it's not just running on the exchange. Some people go, well, I can get that van, and I can also use it for a family car. I can also use it for Sundays. I can also use it for this, that, and the other. And that made time with the insurance thing as well, but we'll come up to that. That was another question later on. In the fact that hire and reward insurance doesn't actually cover you for small removals. So that's, but my mate Ken's just got one. It's cost him a few quid extra, this Ken of socks, and but it covers him for everything. So I'm going to try and drill down the bottom of that. There might be a video in there for a multi-purpose small vehicle. Worth thinking about. Thomas Talbot. He says you may as well buy new. If you're going to pay £5,000 and then £10,000 to repair it, get a new one, it's less stress. There is an argument, Dolly Dalton's drilled into this, and he says you're better off getting them new, doing the warranty, do this, that and the other, and then chopping them every 3 years. He said his dad's done the maths and it's right. The thing is, not everybody can afford to buy new. Secondly, it was £5,000 to buy the van, but it was £5,000 to replace everything else. So it's 10 grand in total. So I'm saying rather than doing 10 grand on a motor that's done 160, 170,000 miles, where everything on it's done 170,000 miles, you might be better off doing 5 grand on a motor. I mean, bear in mind it did have a new engine 10,000 miles away. Doing £5,000 a month, and spend £5,000 on the gearbox, on the clutch, on the flywheel, on the sort of the slave cylinder, on the ignition system, and then you basically got a van that's cost you £10,000, but the engine, the clutch, the gearbox, and everything has done 0 miles. So it's like Gold Member says. He says you basically got a new van in an old shell. That's the trolley joke. Exactly. And as I explained to my wife at the time, she said, because it started to go wrong, and she says, get rid of it, it's a dog. And I went, Lisa, let me explain to you how machines work. I said, right, you've got a cabinet. That's the outside of the machine. And inside the machine's got loads of cogs. They're all working parts. Now, if you take out all of those cogs and replace them with brand new cogs, when you shut the cabinet, it looks like it's an old machine. But it's not an old machine. It's a brand new machine in an old shell. So if you can get a van that's got a fairly tidy shell and it looks not rusty and it's clean and the plate isn't too old, but it might have done a few extra miles, but it's a lot cheaper. All I'm saying is worth considering it. The truth of the matter is whatever you're going to do is wrong. New vans can go wrong. You buy a second-hand van, whether you've done 10,000 miles. And that's something Al's always said. He said, the thing that scares me, you buy a brand new van, brand new Mercs are like 32, 33 grand. Or you can buy one that's done like 10,000 miles for maybe 25, maybe 22. That's £10,000 for like 7,000 miles. It's it's 2/3 of the price, and it's barely running. But the truth of the matter is, you'll have a budget, have a look around, check out everything, work out the best one for you, and go with it. That's what I would say. So minefield, but life is. Right, this Saturday Q&A, by the way, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cover this one and ratchet straps, and I can get it uploaded nice and quickly, because then Sunday Q&A I've got more time to play with, and I'll do the miscellaneous on Sunday. Ratchet straps are new toys, yes. Danny Richards sent me the link. Yeah, sorry, mate. The problem is when I always go, and that guy that helped me, and I've got your name in my head, and the second I say it, it just goes pang and disappears. So, yeah, Danny Richardson, thanks very much for your help there, mate. I did buy them funny little ratchet strap things. I'm still getting used to them. I think they're very good for light loads, and I think they'll suit the small van better, because sometimes the length isn't brilliant in the Luton. You know, because you're going to put it round, you go, because obviously it's got the windy thing and all that, and all stacked up. You can't maybe get the length as you can do on the other ones. But also afterwards, I've gone into my regular customer, and he's got like 2-ton straps, but they look stronger. They look like the 5-ton straps, but they're bigger and thicker. And there's a lot more I've got to learn on straps. There might be another video coming. There might be part 2 on this one. But he says anyone who's interested in them little clicky strap things, and they do work if it's a light load. And I know that old Goldfinger, I'll come back to he does them as well, so I know they're working for you guys. But he sent the link on in the notes somewhere. If I can, I'll try and create one. I'll see how it goes. Like I say, YouTube has changed everything on me. It might work, it might not. As Godzilla says also, he says the proper straps come with the weight stitched into them. You know, 3-ton, 5-ton, 8-ton. I never even heard of 8-ton. So yeah, that's something to look forward to. Goldfinger also uses retractable straps, but he doesn't use the ones that I pinged up on. He says he recommends the Warrior straps, 2,000 kilo, 2-ton, a pack of 2 on Amazon. I presume you type Warrior straps into Amazon and give it a click and see how it goes on. Paddy McGurr says, oh yeah, he's a truck driver, and he says because that's to do with that winder thing, that sort of frisbee that you plug into your drill to make it go. It's good fun. I thought that was great. Like he said, he never actually sort of does his straps up. He said what he does, he just lies them along the bed. It's just flat along the bed, and when something comes on, just flings them over. These are things that I'm going to learn when I actually, please God, finally get into that motor, into the truck. But we're still waiting on the operators. Me and Danny Boy are having a race to see who comes in first. I feel sorry for him because he paid for an interim one, and he hasn't got his yet. I think we started around about the same time. He should have his by now, but it's in the lap of the gods, that one. Frustrating thing also with me is I've got MOT till the end of August. So chances are by the time I get the operators, the MOT will run out. Then I'll have to wait to get an MOT because there's a backlog in the station because it's all been shut because of COVID. Yippee. Oh, and also someone nicked the wing mirror thing off it. I haven't even driven it yet. I went in to get the strap winder out and the bit that clicks underneath the wing mirror disappeared. £17.50 to get a new one off Amazon. I mean, it's all packed. You think, I haven't even driven it yet, lads. Give us a break. Supposed to be secure parking. Don't worry with the farm about that. Yeah, so these are things. I mean, there's probably going to be more on straps. And Bob Keane says you're missing a bit, and he's done a link. And there's another one. There's ones that wind up in a different way, and ones that wind along. So this will all be things that I shall be discovering as it goes. Right, I'm going to call it there, guys, because I can get this one uploaded nice and quickly for you guys on Saturday. I'm going to go and do the miscellaneous now. I might go and find somewhere else because I might be in the way here. But in the meantime, hope you're well. It's my daughter's birthday today, so we got a party tonight. So I'll definitely be recording Sundays now. In the meantime, and I've got an easy job booked in late on Monday morning. Not that I'll need that long to recover. I hope you're all well. Take care, take money.